As the 2024 election inches closer, the political battlefield has become an all-out war zone of attack ads, leaving no stone unturned. Donald Trump and JD Vance, both prominent Republican figures, are at the epicenter of a relentless barrage. The ads are hitting hard and fast, coming in fast and furious style as the clock ticks down with just over a month until Election Day. With their targeted messaging and ruthless precision, these attack ads are designed to dismantle their reputations, both among voters who already oppose them and those who are undecided. As the pace accelerates, it's clear that no one is pulling any punches. One of the central hubs of this advertising blitz is the Lincoln Project, known for its pointed and often satirical takes on the MAGA wing of the Republican Party. Other groups, like Republican Voters Against Trump and Evangelicals for Harris, have also joined the chorus, producing some of the most hard-hitting ads to date. On top of that, Vice President Kamala Harris has ramped up her efforts, with her campaign taking full advantage of Trump's and Vance's vulnerabilities. It's not just the content of the ads that's shaking things up, it's the raw volume and rapid-fire distribution. In this video, we'll dive deep into the most memorable and devastating attack ads from the past few weeks, analyzing how these ads are shaping the narrative in the final countdown to Election Day. From Lincoln Project's mocking of Trump's increasingly bizarre public appearances to the Harris campaign's laser focus on JD Vance's extremist views, the gloves are off, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The Lincoln Project, a constant stream of satirical blows. The Lincoln Project, an organization founded by Republican strategists turned Trump opponents, has always been known for its sharp, satirical edge. As Election Day nears, their attack ads against Donald Trump have reached new heights of absurdity and brilliance. In one of their recent ads, they compare the MAGA movement to an SNL skit that's completely blurred the lines between reality and comedy. The video opens with bizarre snippets from Trump's public appearances, where he rambles on about flies, calculators, and McDonald's, leaving viewers cringing and laughing simultaneously. One of the standout moments from this ad is Trump's strange obsession with a fly that supposedly wouldn't have been there 2 years ago. The Lincoln Project masterfully juxtaposes this with Trump's escalating incoherence, making it clear that the former president has become a caricature of his former self. It's a tactic designed not just to mock Trump, but to erode any remaining perception of him as a serious political figure. By turning his absurdity into the focal point, the Lincoln Project effectively paints Trump as unhinged, out of touch, and no longer fit for office. But it's not just Trump who's in their crosshairs. JD Vance, a staunch Trump ally, also takes heavy fire in another Lincoln Project ad that scrutinizes his shifting political stances. Vance, once a vocal Trump critic, famously flip-flopped and now embraces the MAGA movement. The Lincoln Project hones in on this hypocrisy, showing Vance's evolution from calling Trump Hitler to being one of his most loyal supporters. The message is clear. Vance is a political chameleon, willing to compromise any principle to stay in Trump's good graces. The ad's closing line drives the point home. What kind of man stirs up hate that could turn on his own children, referring to Vance's anti-immigrant rhetoric despite being married to a daughter of immigrants? Vice President Kamala Harris has wasted no time in ramping up her campaign's attack ads, particularly aimed at JD Vance, whom she sees as a dangerous extremist just a heartbeat away from the presidency. In one ad that's garnered significant attention, Harris's campaign highlights Vance's refusal to admit that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. This non-answer, broadcast during a pivotal moment in a recent debate, is used to underscore Vance's loyalty to Trump at the expense of democracy. The ad cleverly juxtaposes Vance's ambiguous response with Harris's straightforward approach to governing. The message is clear. JD Vance represents a threat to democracy by refusing to accept the results of the 2020 election, while Harris stands as a defender of the country's democratic values. The rapid editing, combined with Vance's uncomfortable on-screen presence, makes for a damning portrayal. It's a warning shot to voters that if Trump wins, Vance could be dangerously close to the Oval Office. In another powerful ad, the Harris campaign takes a deeper dive into Vance's extremist views, particularly his opposition to abortion and support for the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, a platform that seeks to roll back several democratic protections. The ad links Vance's rhetoric to broader attacks on freedoms, painting him as a man who would ruthlessly wield power without regard for constitutional norms. It's a direct appeal to women, warning that Vance's policies would have devastating consequences for reproductive rights and personal freedoms. Republican voters against Trump. Disillusioned supporters speak out. A major blow to Trump's campaign comes from within his own ranks, as former supporters have turned their backs on him, now casting their votes for Kamala Harris. The group Republican Voters Against Trump has launched a $15 million ad blitz, featuring real-life testimonials from former Trump voters who are now pledging their support for Harris. These ads are powerful because they come from voices that, in many cases, are lifelong Republicans who have grown disillusioned with Trump's leadership. One ad, in particular, features a couple who voted for Trump twice, but state unequivocally that they won't be doing so again. The reason? The January 6th insurrection was a wake-up call for them. They recount how Trump's actions on that day made them question his commitment to the country and democracy. Their decision to support Harris is framed not as a rejection of conservative values, but as a stand for democratic principles. These ads are particularly effective in battleground states like Arizona, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, where voters are still making up their minds. The strategy here is clear. By showing that even staunch Republicans are defecting from Trump, these ads aim to erode his base and sway undecided voters who might be on the fence. The testimonials are heartfelt and authentic, providing a stark contrast to Trump's often bombastic rhetoric. Evangelicals for Harris, a surprising alliance. Perhaps one of the most surprising developments in the 2024 election cycle is the rise of Evangelicals for Harris, a group that challenges the long-standing alliance between white evangelical Christians and Donald Trump. Their ads are refreshingly honest, pointing out the disconnect between Trump's personal behavior and evangelical values. One particularly poignant ad features a pastor reading a biblical passage that warns against greed, arrogance, and violence, all of which are directly contrasted with footage of Trump bragging about his wealth, insulting women, and inciting violence at rallies. The ad ends with a powerful call to action. Keep clear of people like that, quoting scripture directly. For evangelical voters who may have supported Trump in the past, these ads provide a compelling reason to reconsider their vote. By framing Trump as the antithesis of Christian values, the group is making a moral argument that could sway voters in key evangelical-heavy states like Florida and Texas. The Wendell Pierce ad, a call for courage. The Lincoln Project brought in acclaimed actor Wendell Pierce to narrate one of their most stirring ads yet. Pierce, known for his powerful voice and presence, delivers a message that resonates deeply with black voters. In the ad, Pierce discusses the long history of challenges faced by African Americans in the U.S., from driving while black to banking while black, but he highlights a new challenge, voting while black. The ad touches on the voter suppression efforts that have disproportionately targeted black communities and urges voters to turn out in record numbers. This election, there really is only one choice, Pierce declares, making it clear that Kamala Harris is the candidate who will fight for racial justice and equality. The ad strikes a chord with viewers, especially given Pierce's well-known status as a passionate advocate for civil rights. It's more than just an attack on Trump. It's a call for voters to rise up and demand change. As Election Day looms on the horizon, the pace and intensity of attack ads against Donald Trump and JD Vance show no signs of slowing down. From the satirical blows of the Lincoln Project to the heartfelt testimonials from Republican voters who can no longer support Trump, these ads are shaping the narrative in profound ways. They aim to not just erode Trump's base, but also galvanize voters who may have felt disengaged or disillusioned with the political process. At the heart of these ads is a stark contrast. Trump and Vance, depicted as out-of-touch extremists, versus Kamala Harris, presented as a steady, pragmatic leader ready to take the helm. With the stakes higher than ever, it's clear that these ads will play a crucial role in the final outcome of the 2024 election. In the end, the success of these ads depends on their ability to mobilize voters, and from what we've seen so far, they're doing just that, one share, like, and comment at a time.